It's Tuesday, April 18th, 2017 from the Total Soccer Show, Dirty Tackle, and Howler Magazine. This is the Goalmouth. I'm George Qureshi, and when Daryl asked me to take over for him this morning, I don't think he realized that Tuesday is the day that I wake up at 5 a.m. for my futsal match at the YMCA and then drink 2 cups of coffee. So let me just say that I am amped and ready to give you a good goalmouthing. First up, Carli Lloyd is going to Wembley. She and her Manchester City teammates qualified for the FA Cup final with a win over Liverpool ladies, and they will play Birmingham City on May 13th. They also have the Champions League semi-finals coming up. First leg against Lyon on April 22nd, and the second leg is on April 29th. The far less successful Birmingham City men, who are 3 points above the championship's relegation zone, have replaced Gianfranco Zola with soccer's most voluble silent H, Ari Redknapp. One of those guys wrote an excellent book about soccer. The other was quoted in this story about getting his new managerial job thusly. I got a phone call last night at 7 p.m. from the people of Birmingham. Okay, just jumping back in for a second. I hope that's how he begins every press conference. People of Birmingham. Continuing, I drove to London and had a 10 to 15 minute meeting with them and said, sure, I'll come and do it. My wife said to me, are you mad or what? I get fed up sitting around doing nothing. Birmingham are a proper football club, but they are in a precarious position. It's a real challenge. I'll come and live up there until the end of the season. And if I can keep them up, then we can sit down at the end of the year and we can talk about going forward next year and in the future. If they don't stay up, then obviously, you know, it's not really a risk. They've won 2 out of 22. I haven't got a magic wand and I'm not going to turn them into Real Madrid. If I can just get them going and get a bit of belief back into them and we can pick up a win or whatever we need to stay up, that's all I can do. All right, Ari, good luck getting that belief into them by saying you're not going to turn them into Real Madrid. Excellent work so far. Good luck to the people of Birmingham as well. Ari's first match is the derby with Aston Villa this Sunday. John Terry has announced he'll be leaving Chelsea at the end of the season, which means this time next year he'll either be teammates with Carlos Tevez or Bradford Jameson IV. Brooks Lennon scored an excellent match-winning goal on Saturday night for Real Salt Lake. He played for RSL's academy team, but now he's on loan back from Liverpool, and he's about to be the American team's most dangerous attacker at the U20 World Cup in South Korea next month, provided there is still a South Korea next month. And you should read Will Parchman's piece in Top Drawer Soccer, in which he compares Brooks Lennon to Arjen Robben, who Lennon emulates as an inverted winger, but not as someone who looks like a T-Rex with his tiny little forearms. Link to that is in today's email. Okay, the letters claiming responsibility for the attack on the Dortmund team bus last week may be fake. If you recall, they created a link between the attack and ISIS, but police have been unable to establish a direct connection between their suspect and the bombing. Quote, it is widely known that Dortmund suffers from a right-wing extremist scene, said Sebastian Fiedler, who leads the Association of German Criminal Investigators. Clues leading investigations into that direction will therefore have to be followed up. Okay, that's interesting. And the story in The Guardian, well, that one's quite chilling. It reads, as more details of the attack have emerged, it has become apparent that Borussia Dortmund's players came closer to death than had previously been thought. Most of the metal pins in the explosive device flew over the top of the bus, only one of them embedding itself in a neck rest inside the vehicle. Quote, if the bombs had been fired around 1 second earlier, the bus would have taken the full load, an investigator told the Bild am Sonntag newspaper. Then there would have certainly been several severely injured and maybe even dead people. Wow. And these guys were supposed to play the biggest game of their season the next day. Well, today, Bayern Munich travels to Madrid and Atletico Madrid visits Leicester City. Both Madrid teams currently hold a 1-goal advantage, though Gareth Bale has bailed on Real with an injury, and Robert Lewandowski has levitated back into Bayern's lineup. He has 38 goals in 40 matches this season. Yikes. Brighton and Hove Albion has, take that, you English people and you wannabes, has earned promotion to the Premier League. The last time the Seagulls were in the top division of English soccer, the top 3 singles on the year-end UK charts were Karma Chameleon, Uptown Girl, and Red Red Wine. Drop us a note at goalmouth@howlermagazine.com if you think you can guess the year without looking it up. Come on, people. Play fair. You won't win anything, but I'll be impressed if you get it right. Okay, here's a fun one. Yesterday, Arsenal beat Middlesbrough 2-1, and for once, Arsene Wenger was not the most miserable person in the stadium. No, that would have been Rudi Gestetti, the striker who, 10 matches ago, set a Premier League record for matches played without a win. That was at match 32. He's now at match 42. That's 42 times he's been on the field for his team, and that team has not won the game in a row. Gustetti moved from Blackburn Rovers to Aston Villa in 2015, and he participated in Villa's first match of the season, a win. From then on, Villa didn't win when Gustetti played, which was apparently like all the time. So they got relegated and sold Gustetti to Middlesbrough, who likewise can't win. Poor Rudy Gustetti. Slightly less poor Arsene Wenger. And poor Carlos Tevez, you're rich, injured, and bored in China. What would you rather do? Watch a boring Shanghai Shenhua game or go to Shanghai Disneyland? I think you see where I'm going with this. Tevez was photographed there on the same day he missed a match through injury, and now all those Shanghai fans are getting sanctimonious about how much money he's making as though he has some obligation not to have fun when he can't be working. People, it's exactly the opposite. It's literally called FU money because Tevez can do whatever the F he wants. Now, because I'm thorough, I read to the very end of the Tevez story, and this little nugget caught my eye. The controversy, I'm reading here from the Yahoo story. The controversy over Tevez came the same day as another international footballer imported by China, Brazilian Paulinho, was admonished by his team Guangzhou Evergrande for promoting a betting company alongside a porn star. I decide to investigate. Gambling is illegal in China. The sale of adult films is illegal in China. In the name of journalism, I investigate further. And aha, she's Japanese. And because I once lived in South Korea and acquired a deep appreciation of the interplay between poor translation and the universality of human desire, I will now read for you the goalmouth appropriate titles of Tatsuka Aoi's filmography. Here we go. These are just not randomly selected because the ones that I can't read on the air are also hilarious, but here we go. Lots of Love Juice, Absolute Young Lady. Some of these get kind of wordy, but stick with me. Newlywed Life with Tutsaka, in which your body won't hold up. That sounds promising. Undercover investigator at a male-only school. Okay. The older sister prances around in the nude at home, and I can't stand it. Intercourse while sweating heavily. And the most goalmouth appropriate, and also the one that says, oh, well, you'll get it. Sports and Asian sex with Tsutsaka Aoi. That one's pretty much on the nose. And you thought I was going to end with that, didn't you? No, I'm not. I have something even better. Kolo Toure was asked at a press conference to name his favorite song. The questioner meant, favorite song that fans sing in the stadium. But I really like where Toure took this one, so I'll let him play us out.
The best song? Don't laugh. Okay, I like Whitney Houston, and
but he meant like the fans. The
fans sing songs. Oh.
My name is George Qureshi. Daryl Grove will be with you tomorrow morning, full of love juice. That guy. Let me tell you. Don't forget to sign up for our newsletter, where you can click out to all the stories I've mentioned in this podcast. The link to sign up is in the show notes. And I leave you with today's goalmouth top tip. Whitney Houston, huh? I don't know what Kolo Toure's favorite Whitney song is. But considering that he's on track to have his second undefeated season, this time with Celtic, I think it might be same script, different cast. Ba-dum-bum.